Howdy folks, we are back out again. This time we are doing the mighty Beinn Eighe in Torridon, and the plan tonight is to camp out up on the top there, but it's 4:15, sunset is at 8:10, so we're a little bit limited for daylight. We've already done a little Corbett back further down the glen, so we're walking with tired legs. Fortunately, when we got to the car park, spaces just started to appear as folk were coming off the hill, but it was rammed a minute ago there, by the way. So anyways, what we're doing now is we're heading around into Coire Mhic Fhearchair, where we should get a nice classic view of the Triple Buttresses. So I'll bring you back, fill her up. I would love to know how that rock was split in two. Was it lightning? Or was it when it fell down the hill many moons ago? Who knows, but it's cool. I'm presented here with a big cairn, and it marks a fork in the path. If you take the left fork, that will take you all the way around the back of Ruadh-Stac, back out in the village of Torridon. If however we go right here, that will take us around, well, eventually to Coire Mhic Fhearchair. This big lump here, by the way, that is Beinn Eighe. You may remember me and Kev camped on the summit of that back in, I want to say 2021. It's 6:20 folks, and still not quite got ourselves into the Coire yet, but we're no far. Both flagging. I don't think we're getting up any summits tonight. The sun sets at around about 8 o'clock just behind me there, so we've got what, an hour and 40 minutes daylight left. So we're up at 4 o'clock this morning, and that wee Corbett, didn't fall, that wee Corbett took it out of us. So we're going to see what we can find just up here. Rightio, we have made it to Loch Coire Mhic Fhearchair, if that's how you pronounce it. At the top of the waterfall, wish I had my little 360 cam. I do have the drone with me right enough. Let's have a look. Bit of a sheer drop. Well, since I last spoke to you folks, we have found somewhere to pitch. To be honest with you, Kevin was running on empty. I wasn't too far behind him, to be honest. It's been a big day. But we found some solid grass just over from the loch there. And it's a nice position, got a cracking view over to the Triple Buttress here. And aye, it is what it is. A summit camp would have been nice, but do you know what, we've just ran out of time and ran out of steam. So not complaining. It's part and parcel of these things, innit? It doesn't always quite work out. But anyways, I'll stop talking and I'll just show you our pitch. There you go. The last of the sun there on the Triple Buttress. I don't know what I've done different this time, but that is the neatest I've had the bathtub in the X-Dome. Third time's a charm. That is stunning. Look at those studded little lock-ins lighting up. We're on an amber alert for the aurora, so it's nearly 10, so apparently it's good about 10:30 onwards at the moment. So if you see the good morning campers bit, you know I've just slept through it. Otherwise you'll see some hopefully nice footage. But anyways, I'll catch you later. Oh, good morning campers. Oh, it's 6:45, so we're running a little bit late, but both of us were knackered, so we had a good sleep. I was up at 2 AM in the morning. I got a wee scant appearance of the aurora. I could just make it out with the naked eye, and got my little camera out that I'm filming on just now, the Pocket 3. And it's picked it up, so aye, I saw it. So the plan is get packed up. Got 2 Munros to do next. Got Ruadh-Stac Mor just above us. We've got a nice little ridge walk across to the other Munro. It's Spidean, Coire, something or other, name escapes me. So aye, still got a big day ahead of us. So I suppose we better get some breakfast on. It's a fine place to camp, even if the pitches are a bit lumpy bumpy. Mine's just flat enough actually. Bang on 8 o'clock folks. A little bit later than expected. But if you're tired, eh? Very quiet this morning in Coire Mhic Fhearchair. That wind from last night's dropped. And the loch, well, that's like glass, almost. Here's a bit of the plane wreckage right below the Triple Buttress. I've actually just spied some of the landing gear there. The big wheel. What I'll do is I'll need to use my phone, but I'll zoom in. It's too far away to go and visit now, but aye, missed that. Easy bit of scrambling here. Dev's going the other side. No, he's no. In the words of Muriel Gray, he scrambles like a donkey.
I'm a good scrambler, I just wasn't sure where to put my foot there.
Donkey.
Shut it!
Like, how skinny do you think I am? So there's 3 mini little lock-ins. We're at the top one, and I think this was probably a last chance saloon to get your water in for the ridge. Alright Kev. So we're going to top up here, take the hit, and that should see us through the hike along the ridge here. Well, just about an hour's gone and we find ourselves at the bottom of the Scree run here, the notorious one. I've been down it and it is a little bit slippy, so care is definitely needed. So hopefully it's a bit easier going up. Whew. First section done. It's a workout. Kevin's staying a wee bit behind, staying out of my slipstream, just in case I dislodge anything. Whew. I'm glad I've got the trekking poles as well. Almost at the crux now. There's a big boulder there. It's sort of like wedged in. Gives you the fear a little bit. I'd hate to see that coming racing down towards me. I've had to shout below once. Dislodged a boulder there. It's like, below! Make sure Kevin was aware of it. Yeah, check out that boulder there. That's huge. It's the size of a fridge. Aye, that boulder looks a bit precarious. It's probably been there for bloody donkey's ages, but just the way it's sitting there. Like those arcade machines. The next 10p will dislodge it. So I'm sticking to my left here, because right in the middle to my right is that loose Scree stuff. And this is obviously just a bit more grippy, just to clamber up. Very light scrambling. I think I might have got my left and my rights mixed up there. I'll need to watch back later on and edit the video. But anyways, from campsite to the top of the Screes, that took 1 hour and 20 minutes. I think we'd have been stupid trying this last night. Being leggy doing that, it would have been quite tough going when you're pretty fatigued. So we're in a good position now to nip up to the first Munro, I think it's a Ruadh-Stac Mor. There's Kev, just coming up the last section. He's gone to his right, I was up the left side. Whoa! Easy tiger.
I just grabbed a hold of a rock and it just went whoosh. The sandstone crumbled.
No, it didn't.
Better go that way.
That is Ruadh-Stac Mor in the bag for Kev. Second time for me. First time, honestly, it was not the greatest of conditions. It was cold and misty. I took my partner Nicola up. Both of us were freezing, so we got the boffy bag out, huddled under that, had lunch before heading down the way. We just came up, so it's good to get this absolutely stunning views. Superb, boss. Yes. Right, well we're just heading up now. It's not a Munro, it's just part of the route. It's a Munro top, I believe. What we might do though is go a wee wander along the top of the Coire and look down from the Triple Buttress. Because it's such a nice day, you may as well just explore a little bit more than just doing the standard route. Woofed! Superb. Not shabby at all. Well, I tell you what folks, I'm kicking myself a little bit. It is a summit camp's dream up here. The grass is that nice, soft, spongy that your mat just sinks into. It's pretty dry at the moment as well. And we've got that fantastic view down into the quarry there. Wow. I'm not going to beat myself up about it too much. Still having a cracking weekend away. But yeah, seems to be plenty of pictures up here. That is us at the top of the Triple Buttress. I have to say, it's pretty impressive. That's us reached the summit of this little Munro top. I tell you what folks, it's well worth a visit because arguably it's got the best views of Leach, which I'll show you in a sec. So as well as Leach, you've also got Beinn Eighe, which me and Kevin camped on a few years back. Stevie Eighe. Behind that you've got Beinn Eighe. We come back over here. Away along the ridge there is the last Munro. There's Ruadh-Stac Mor, we've just been up there. The views are blocked, but you can actually see just over to Fisherfield there. And you've got the Coinneach and the other Beinn Eighe, Stevie Eighe over there. Big chunky metal on the summit cairn. I don't know if that's off the plane wreckage. It's a bit heavy for the size of it. Could it be like the chassis or something? I don't know. I'm no aviation expert. Just before we head off, I'm going to go out to this little spur here just to get one last view before we go. Actually, earlier on I was going to say, if you were feeling fit and sporting, you can head out to the last westerly Munro top there, which is Sail Mhor, but there's a tricky scramble there, so if you're not into scrambling, I wouldn't recommend it. But yeah, this is as far as we're going to go before starting to head east. Well, that was well worth a detour, but let's get back to Munro bagging business. But I do like a wee explore around the tops of the corries and the buttresses. I love big buttresses and I cannot lie. We are getting stuck in here to the ascent of the second Munro. Got a bit to go though. It's quite rocky in places, but nothing dodgy. So you've got two options here. You can clamber along the crest of the ridge, or you can take the bypass path just below there. I've just been clambering over the ridge because there's nothing too difficult on it. Okay, the final pull to the summit has presented some easy scrambling. Let's get a wee POV shot. There we go folks, in the bag. Whew. And the views, wow, superbos. Probably said that too much this weekend, but it deserves it. Whew. Kevin, what's the time? Yes, starving, need a mackerel wrap.
Wee shortcut, eh?
So that wee scramble I mentioned earlier, if you don't fancy it, there's a bypass path off to the right, but it still involves a little bit of light scramble work, but nothing major. But yeah, we had an extended lunch up at the summit there. It's good just to take in the views, grab a mackerel wrap. So this is a descent, folks. Well, most folk are actually coming up this way. We've hardly met anybody going in the same direction as us, but I suppose we wouldn't, but it does seem to be most people go in a, let's think about this, anti-clockwise direction. Kev and I are doing it in a clockwise direction. Alright folks, this big cairn here, that marks the descent, or the next ascent, depending which way you're going. For us, down, 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 down. Down, 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 down. For sake. Hey! I'm not taking that one again. This is quite a badly eroded stony path, so you do need to take your time on this. Ouch. Well, that steep section was brutal, but thankfully the path is eased off a bit now. Hurrah folks, back on the road. Got 2 kilometres to walk back to the car. But just to quickly summarise on today, I would definitely do this hike in a clockwise direction. I just feel going into Coire Mhic Fhearchair with fresh legs is better than coming down it tired. Just my opinion, but it's a long walk around to get back to the car, whereas at least on that one there, you're straight off from the summit and you're right down, albeit we have got 2 kilometres to walk back, but you're going to have to do that one way or another anyway at some point. But yeah, hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing if you haven't already. Otherwise, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.